I can't believe they have a properly designed box now. Just unbelievable. And here we are, Moondrop Blessing 3. After a few days of extensive usage, I have a lot of thoughts circling around my head, and it took me a while to summarize. So this is their answer to the long-awaited Blessing series. Interesting. Before the video starts, there's a few words for me, a random whip on internet. No, it's not about subscribing or any BS like that. It's about how I genuinely feel about this pair of earphones. This is not a giant killer bug threat, or anything like that. In 2023, at least not by far-fetched. Yet, I'm so glad that I made the decision to hold on a 2-year-old Monarch Mark II, because for the money, I can get both of the B3 and the upcoming Dongle SE6 Mark II. Still, with some pennies to spare on accessories. And the whole video is about the reasoning behind it. Cool? Cool. Let's start the video. As per usual, here's a lazy unboxing section with some photos taken on my phone. This is the cover, the back of the box with some specifications on it, the real box undercover, what I see when I open the box, a closer look at the case and earphones, open the case, unpacked, and there's the cable and ear tips. For the ear tips, I feel like that's a big middle finger from Moondrop. Be like, you guys not gonna use our default Blessing ear tips anyway, so screw you guys, it is what it is. But dude, you're selling a sub $300 earphones, manner dude, just manner. Also, turns out this is a critical issue that I have with the earphones, and I will explain later in the sound section. Then we have a closer look at the cable. It's essentially the SSL cable on steroid, braided with battery connectors. The faceplate with unpeeled plastic. How it looks from top, from side. The nozzle is smaller than the previous one, and there's no filter for it. A close-up on the driver. You can see how big those dynamic drivers are. Literally a ball occupying half of the volume. Here's a size comparison between B3, Kato, and Hexa. And that's it. Let's start the review with comfort. This is a rare occasion that I almost feel like nothing needs to be changed to improve the balance between sound and comfort. The cable is fine, the ear hook is soft and elastic, the earpiece has a better shape than the last one. It's not like it's much smaller or anything like that, but the shape now actually fits into my ear perfectly, so that I have an illusion that it's smaller than before. Also, thank God they finally have a regular cylinder-like nozzle, so that tip rolling wouldn't be such a hassle. Man, you have no idea how many pairs of filter I've wasted on dusk, just to get the best personal fit and insertion depth. All in all, 10 out of 10 comfort for me. I have no problem wearing it for a long period of time. So how does it sound? Well, the title has already spoiled the answer for it. I'll just go over my experience on it instead of giving a bunch of adjectives to describe how each section of frequency sounds. Right after unboxing, I put on the earphones with the smallest tips for the best insertion depth. Fits perfectly, and went straight for the song named Lurie from album Älvorna, because I wanted to have an experience. Why do we want to buy earphones at this price point after owning a pair, or even multiple pairs of capable earphones already? It's all about the experience, right? Lurie is a fantastic song that gives an immense sense of venturing and freedom. And the enjoyment I get from this song actually varies among the capability and tuning of each earphones. So while I was listening, I flipped around the box to see if I missed anything. The music legit ended without me even noticing it. I was like, what the f***, cause I don't feel anything, be it good or be it bad. Then I jumped across different sections of the song and a few questions raised from my head. Is it a little bit bright? Or just the overtone of every instrument getting more information than it should? Is the bass better or worse than dusk? It was so confusing because I feel like overall, the quantity is lower, but whenever the rumbling starts, these balls rumble real hard in their own register. All of a sudden, a Discord call came in and my friend be like, hey, wanna have some fun in Apex? You know the drill. And I was like, ah shit, here we go again. Okay. Perfect time to test as well. And then 4 hours passed by and I had no issue with it. The bass is well under control. I can hear the environment at ease due to the sheer amount of data sparkling out from those PA drivers. And there's no noticeable volume discrepancies among different sound objects as well. After 4 hours of gun spraying, I didn't feel like my ears experiencing serious fatigue or anything like that. So it's not necessarily bright. Then what is that weird sensation of bright overtone? I felt like something's around here. The second day, I started the whole process of tip rolling, cable switching, going for 4.4 balanced, jumping across different sources, all things I can imagine that may be the cause of that weird overtone. Man, being an audiophile and having those OCD symptoms sure is fun, isn't it? But I really want to know whether that's the cause of such overtone, or it's just how it intends to sound. And it turns out, at least to my ears, to be a mix of multiple things. First one, ear tips. Although the default ones fit into my ears perfectly, and it's also that is never a problem with the smaller size, it's just not working well with the sound itself. I've no idea why, but I suspect it's either the ball size being too small, or the distance between nozzle and the outer end of the ear tips not being ideal. You know which ear tips I currently settle in? Ironically, it's the soft ear ultra clear ear tips that they somehow come with Alice, but not this. Like in Moondrop, why? Second of all, these are sensitive to any self-noise in amps. I didn't notice it at first because I hear zero noise floor on my testing amp, and these can also take power unlike Andromeda, which sounds blunter when I plug it into a high-power 4.4 balanced amp. While I can understand why this sounds so good on a DAB, which literally has a standalone mode, I can't understand why the B3 legit sounds better on an Apple dongle than my full-size desktop amp, both without noticeable noise floor. Then I plugged in my good old IMO 2 and Andromeda into the sources. At that moment I knew, yeah, it's about the self-noise in amp, which happens to contaminate the transparent overtone and timbre of B3, not about the amount of power needed. So if you are going to demo B3 in the future, just bring your Apple dongle, that's all you need. After all of these hassles, I shuffle across various albums and back to Lurie again. This time, I feel like I'm in it. I can hear the harmonics and color overflowing on top of the rhythm, and I think I can have a brief summary for how B3 sounds now. Like the title suggests, B3 is extremely transparent and yet unforgiving to sources, both hardware and song-wise. The bass is fast and distinct, yet those balls really do rumble on demand, making drum sounds very satisfying. The mid-range is your classic Moondrop mid-range, which is just clear, forward, and yet not on the nut side. The high is smooth, and that extra bit of emphasis on ultra high frequencies actually contribute to more air on vocals and a more realistic approach to instruments like piano and the strings family. All in all, it's a solid balanced set supported with good technical performance. Originally, I want to make a comparison between the B3 and other dual dynamic drivers earphones that I still keep, but I think I don't need to, because the dynamic drivers in B3 work for the bass region exclusively, while the drivers in these earphones are full range, push-pull type. It's ATX their own thing. Also, they sound dated, and I'm just keeping them for their own ATX house sound. The only thing in common is that their bass response is fast, like real fast. At the end of the day, who is the non-anticipated B3 for? It's not for everyone, and yet for everyone. Sounds like BS, but hear me out. It's not for everyone because if you want a lush type of sound, that won't cut it. If you don't know how to get the transparent timbre out of the B3 and let it be contaminated by self-noise, that won't cut it. If the song is not well produced and mastered, that won't cut it as well. Rubbish in, rubbish out, simple. However, at the same time, it's for everyone as well. Because if you are filthy casual like me, who just want to plug it into the phone with an Apple dongle and enjoy music through fullbar or streaming service, you are in. If you are up for a transparent type of sound profile supported with energy in both of the two ends, you are in. And last but not least, I feel like the target customer of B3 is not just audiophiles. It's for musicians and people who do monitor works as well. Is the isolation good enough for stage monitoring? I don't know, but I'm having exceptional isolation of sound with B3 right now. Maybe due to how these balls are positioned, I have no clue. With that all being said, that's the end of the video. I know it's a long one, but I really want to give it a fair shake since a lot of people really looking forward to this specific pair. Hope you find the video useful or at least entertaining as a copy and paste. And if we are not a whip, see you in next video. Should be about Dongle SA6 Mark II or ear tips or anything. Bye. Oh wait, you're staying? Bro, here's the thing. You know how Seals always have a waifu pic in each video, representing how he feels towards the thing that he's revealing? Man, gotta learn from the best, right? And do similar thing as well. But I will do it in my own way. In the coming reveal videos, I will generate each corresponding type of waifu pic that I deem suitable, to let you have a grasp of my overall feeling towards the reveal unit. Stable diffusion, here we go boys. For this video, Moondrop Blessing 3. Originally I want to use this because of the magnificent and calculated middle finger from the pink hair waifu. Then I realized other parts are distorted. Oh well, so I will go with this instead, for the Blessing 3, how it sounds like and feel like. Hope you like it, links in the description. This time for real. Bye.